Hey, what's up guys? Ryan here from ExtremeTerrain, and today I'm here with the Borla ATAK axle back with black tips, fitting your 2018 and up Jeep Wrangler JL with the 3.6 liter motor. It's gonna be for the JL owner that's looking to ditch that factory exhaust system for some additional power and sound. It's an easy bolt-on axle back from Borla that's gonna unleash some of that power, resulting in some extra horsepower and torque, and also it's gonna give you that aggressive and impressive exhaust tone. It's finished off with a smooth black powder coating that's gonna provide even more corrosion protection and that aggressive off-roading look. Now, not only is this system made of stainless steel, but it's constructed with mandrel bend tubing and a high flow muffler for a ton of exhaust flow that's gonna give you extra power and sound. This system's gonna unleash a few extra ponies that you didn't know you had, and it hangs in the factory location, so there's no modification required to install this. Now, this system does hang down a little lower than your factory system, so if you're an avid rock crawler, this might not be the ideal option. You want a high clearance design. This system is acoustically tuned by Borla for high decibel with minimal drone while staying street legal. Now, as far as these axle back systems go for the JL, this one is very reasonably priced, coming in right around at $640. This system is designed and constructed very well, and it's designed to last you a long time. Now, as far as loudness goes, on a scale of 1 to 5, I'm gonna give this about a 4 out of 5, since this exhaust system is very mild when you want it to be, and you're not really getting into that skinny pedal. And when you do get into that skinny pedal, it is pretty loud and it sounds pretty decent. As far as installation goes, I'm gonna give this a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, as you can get this thing installed in about 2 hours just using basic hand tools. Now, with that being said, let's hop into the install. Tools we use for this install: exhaust hanger tool, 13mm wrench, socket extensions, 15mm socket, 13mm socket, 3/8 drive impact, and some lubricant. So the first thing we're gonna do to kick off this install is we're gonna loosen up the clamp holding our muffler on. So we're gonna take a 15mm socket, and this clamp is located right above our axle up here on the exhaust pipe. So next thing we're gonna do is try to get the muffler out of the hangers. Now, there's 2 hangers. There's one on each side, and they're supported with rubber isolators. Now, you can try to get the muffler out of those rubber hangers, but it's pretty hard to do. So what we're actually gonna do is unbolt our hangers from the frame mounts. That way we'll pull this whole section down, and then we'll pull those off, reinstall them. So to unbolt these mounts, you're gonna have a bolt up here on the backside, and you're gonna have another one up here. I'm gonna use a 13mm socket on a long extension to get this top one out. And then we'll use a 13mm wrench to get the other one out. So at this point in time, it would be a good idea to support your muffler. Then we're gonna do the same thing to get the other side off. That last bolt out of there, and you want to keep a hand on this thing. Next thing we're going to do is wiggle it off of our over the axle pipe. So we should be able to just shimmy this back and forth. Once you wiggle that off, you can pull your muffler out. So now that we have our factory muffler out, and we have both of these mufflers conveniently placed on the table for your viewing pleasure, I'd like to take a moment just to explain some of the differences between an aftermarket system such as this one here from Borla and your factory muffler, and also some of the benefits that you're gonna get with a system like this. Now, your factory muffler is very quiet. It does a great job at reducing sound, but in reducing that sound, you're also reducing airflow. This is gonna create back pressure. It's also gonna limit your engine's performance. So by opening up that exhaust system, what we're gonna do is allow the exhaust to exit faster, which is gonna allow the engine to draw more air in, which is gonna make it a lot more efficient. You're also gonna unleash power that you didn't even know was there. Now, one of the main downfalls of the factory muffler, along with it being rather large and hindering flow and sound, is this funky little crushed Cobra pipe that they have here. Borla has decided to make that a nice open flowing pipe. This is going to reduce flow because it makes the exhaust change direction and shape. So this is a really nice feature that you're getting with this aftermarket system right here. Now Borla has a very nice high flow muffler, and this is going to allow that exhaust to flow very freely, increasing horsepower, sound, all those benefits and gains. And also, it's going to give you a very nice rumble. Now, this is the ATAK system, which is relatively loud. So if you're looking for quieter systems, Borla has plenty to offer, and you can find those on our website. Now, this system is the same size tubing as your factory system. So it is a direct fit. There's no cutting or anything that we need to do to get this system installed. And it's made out of stainless steel. So that's really nice, very corrosion resistant, long lasting, and the whole thing is finished off with a very nice black powder coating, which is excellent for those of you that really don't like chrome, want to tone it down a bit and get that aggressive look. Now this features a dual exit system, which is going to give you very nice symmetry out back, and it's finished off with Borla's nice painted black tips. And this sits on the factory hangers as well, so we don't really need to do much to get this thing in besides bolt it up in there. This muffler is a lot smaller than your factory muffler, so if you're an avid off-roader, you're not going to have the chance of hitting this thing on a rock when you come down off of something like you would with the factory system. Now this is one of Borla's street legal lineups, and it's actually one of the highest decibels. So they tune this specifically to have the highest decibel while keeping street legal. It's gonna give you a really nice rumble and sound. I'm excited to get this thing installed. So with that being said, we gotta swap over these hangers so we can get this thing back up in there, and then we'll bolt it in place and show you what it sounds like. So to switch the hangers over, we're gonna need to take our mount. We're also gonna need to take the isolator off. So if you have a hanger tool, or if you can borrow one, you can use that, or you can just try to pry these things off. Be a good idea to use some sort of lubricant because it's gonna make them a lot easier for that rubber to slide off of that metal. Just gonna lube this up a little bit, and I'll slide it right on there. Then we'll do that same thing for the other hanger. Same thing, lube it up, slide it on. So you get a brand new clamp with this muffler, so you want to install that. Make sure that you orient it in a way that you're going to be able to tighten it once you get it up there. So what we're going to do is lift this thing up. We're going to slide this end onto the existing axle back section, and then we're going to try to get these hangers bolted in. So once you get this thing up and on, wiggle it, slide it all the way onto the existing axle back pipe. We're gonna line these hangers up, and then we're gonna reinstall those bolts that we removed. So once you get both of those installed, then we're going to tighten up our hangers using that 13mm socket. And the last thing we have to do is tighten up our band clamp. So we're going to use that same 15mm to tighten that thing up. So that's going to wrap up my review and install. For more videos and products like this, check us out at ExtremeTerrain.com.